Good morning, friends. I do hope everybody's safe at the moment. Now, I did say that I was actually going to do another video on the weird and the wonderful and the most wackiest requests that we get as a psychic medium. Now, the funniest ones that I've had, and as I said in previous videos, I'm always open when I'm driving and everything else. But I done a reading for a lady, and she was just sitting there with a blank expression. Anyway, cut a long story short, she was waiting for one bit of information, and in the end, all this gentleman kept saying to me was Tommy Cooper, Tommy Cooper, Tommy Cooper. And that was all that he said through the whole of the reading. And afterwards, the woman said, well, keep going, keep going. And I said, well, that's all he keeps talking about is Tommy Cooper. And her face, every time I mentioned his name, her face lightened up. And I found out in the end afterwards, she actually told me that Tommy Cooper, her husband, was Tommy Cooper's bodyguard. And I thought that was most extraordinary. And I know that I put a thing up on Facebook about, I think it was on Spiritual Radio in Essex, about celebrities in mediumship and everything else. And I just thought that was just nice. The other weirdest one that I've actually had as well, I was driving along to do an afternoon of clairvoyance, and this woman was just talking in my head. I'm trying to drive, and she said, well, I don't like the way you're driving. She was the most grumpiest person that I've ever known, and she was moaning about the women wearing short skirts, moaning about my driving. And then she actually turned around and said, see that woman over there? And she's been in jail like I have. Couldn't work that one out. Anyway, it was one of the first messages I gave out to this gentleman, and he actually said that his nan had actually been in jail. And he said, what you said was so spot on. It made him smile as well, which is really, really nice. But we do get, as spirits, as psychic mediums, we get the most weirdest questions, and we hear the most weirdest stories as well. Some of the stories that we get asked is, well, tell me when I'm going to die, or I want to kill my husband, how can I do it? Well, I'm sorry, but if you do that, you're going to end up in trouble. But quite a funny situation there. And the most weirdest one we've had recently was this gentleman rang me up, and he actually asked me a question. He said, can you tell me whether spirit are going to put me in jail? And I said, well, unless you've done something really, really wrong, like you've murdered someone or anything like that, spirit are not going to put you in jail or anything like that, because there's no such thing. He said, no, but in the spirit world, are they going to put me in jail? I went, no. I said, there isn't a jail in the spirit world anyway, because, we're all free spirits up there. We can basically do what we want. And he was adamant. And in the end, he kept ringing me up. So I passed him on to Sue. I said, look, I've got a lovely medium. She'll be able to help you. And he come out with the most bizarre question ever, that is spirit actually going to change me into a woman? Now, I couldn't work this one out at all, and neither could Sue, but it's your own choice that if you want to be a woman, if a man turns into a woman or a woman turns into a man, spirit aren't gonna tell you these things, and they're not gonna do these things, because the only reason that spirit are here is just to help you when someone passes over. They might give you a little bit of guidance, but spirit is all about the love, the communication. But there's one other thing as well that I know that one of my friends, she used to work for a psychic line, and she had this gentleman ring up, and he must have thought that she was someone else, because apparently he regularly phoned up sex lines. And while she was giving him a reading, he was actually doing. Sorry, I got this just made me laugh. He was actually doing things while she was on the phone to him, trying to give him a reading. Then when he, like, afterwards, he said, "Oh, thank you ever so much." He said, "What was you talking about?" I said, "Well, I just gave you a reading." He said, "Oh, have I got the wrong number? Is that not the sex lines?" And she went, "No, love, this is a psychic reading." And that is just, basically that is the bizarre. So just a little bit of a blog there, the weird, the wackiest and the wonderful. I do hope you've enjoyed that video. Might have made you smile, might have made you have a little laugh. And I will do another video soon. So take care, look after yourself while all this coronavirus is going on, and thank you for watching.